Well, good morning, everybody. Happy 4th of July, and welcome to Waddup Wednesday. A lot of people ask me, well, a lot of things, but the one question I've gotten asked or people have just been talking about randomly over the years that's really frustrating to me, and I want to clear up to you guys, is how much muscle a guy can put on and in what time frame. Because I hear all this bullshit out there. Oh, I gained 20 pounds of muscle in a month, and I gained this amount of muscle in this amount of time, and that's bullshit. Okay, it's downright bullshit. Okay, so let me go ahead and kind of lay this out for you guys so you understand. But first and foremost, I want to tell you there's a lot of variables that comes in answering this question. A lot of variables. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'm gonna talk about right now people that are working out in the gym naturally. No steroids. We could talk about that another time if you want. I don't have a problem addressing that subject. But since I brought that up, if you're on steroids, you will speed up the process, okay? But for this forum today, we're talking about naturally working out, okay? I want to give you some accurate expectations and realistic goals. Okay, so all you guys out there and gals could be reassured as to what the proper answer is to the question as to how much muscle can you gain and how fast. Okay, I also want you guys to understand, and I'm not a con when it comes to supplements. That's going to be a whole nother episode. But I'm here to tell you guys that the supplement industry is probably $1 trillion business. And I just don't want you guys to get scammed, okay? Because they're after, you buying their product. I'm not mentioning names. I'm not mentioning product. I don't have any issues with anything like that, but just be aware when you go into say a GNC, or if you're at, like, say an expo, fitness expo or whatever, with all the manufacturers around, they're going to tell you that this product right here, you're going to gain 5 pounds of muscle in a week. I'm exaggerating, but that's bullshit. So be aware. Don't get scammed. So here goes. All the variables. Let's start with the below average person with genetics, okay? And then the slightly above average person with genetics, good genetics. So obviously the below average is poor genetics. The above average is great genetics. And then you have in the middle your person with the average genetics. Okay? So out of the gate, I can tell you from the low expectation to the high expectation, you can gain 20 to 40 pounds of lean muscle. Average genetics, about 30 pounds of quality lean muscle, okay? Now, as you're building your muscle and you're working out and you're eating, and I'll go over that in just a split second, the scale could be going up, okay? A lot more than the numbers that I just told you. By the way, females out there, divide that by half. And you'll go ahead and kind of understand the expectations for a female as well, okay? As far as the scale going up, or you actually gaining more pounds than that. Well, you got to take, into consideration, okay, you're going to be gaining fat along the way, and you're going to be putting on water weight. So you got to keep that in mind. Okay, the only way to really tell how much muscle you have put on is you can get a hold of me, because I'm a big fan of, before I do anybody's meal plans, I send out my 4-page questionnaire, and I figure out, when I get back to all the info, I figure out their lean body mass. Okay, it's really easy for me to figure out. Then if they're on a grow program, like in this case, that's what we're talking about, putting on muscle. When we're done with the program, or we've gotten to where, we set our goals to, I will do your body fat testing and your composition and all that stuff. And I will find your lean body mass again. And from this point to this point, lean body mass, that's how much lean muscle you've put on. I've taken away the fat. I've taken away the water weight. Now, how fast? How fast can that happen? If everything's going according to plan, the first year of training consistently, knowing how to train, and eating properly, nutrition. By the way, you guys all know that I'm doing nutrition meal plans. I have a lot going on right now. Like I said, I have literally a 98 to 99% success rate. I've searched high and low for the best app, so we're connected. Okay, so hit me up when it comes to nutrition. But the first year, like I said, that person can plan on gaining about 50% of what I just told you, depending if you're below average, average, or above average. About 50% is how much muscle you're going to gain in 1 year. Okay? Second year, cut that in half. Third and fourth year, cut that into about quarters. Okay? So that gives you an idea, a ballpark. And like I said, this may not be you, but you're gonna fall into somewhere from what I'm talking about to you. Okay? The rate of muscle growth depends, like I said before, on a lot of variables. For instance, if you're in your teens to your 20s, you're going to be gaining muscle on a more rapid pace. And the reason being is you have more testosterone in you. If you're like, in your later years, say 40s to 50s, you're going to be gaining muscle at a slower rate because your testosterone, unfortunately, and your growth hormone has dropped. And again, we're talking about natural here, okay? Some of the factors to take into consideration is a lot, okay? Genetics, huge, huge, huge factor, okay? Testosterone levels, growth hormone levels, the muscle fibers that you have, the insulin sensitivity your body has, joint, bone structure, and density, okay? Your height, your weight, your age, how are you training? Are you training, do you know what you're doing? Are you giving it everything you got? Are you consistent with your training? Are you eating properly? Are you taking in enough protein and carbs and fats to obtain, what you're going after? Basically, as long as you're on a great program and it's structured by a professional like me, or if you've learned from a professional like me and you're on your own and you know what you're doing, then the numbers I just told you about is what you can expect. Okay, and I'll go over it one more time. Below average to above average genetics, plan on gaining 20 to 40 pounds of muscle. And I already told you how long that's going to take. So hopefully that clears things up. If anybody has any questions or comments, please feel free to get a hold of me at nunes.profitness@gmail.com. You can leave a comment on this Instagram or Facebook. And again, I want to let you guys know that I'm open for your nutrition meal plans. It's what I do. Somebody wants to compete, I'm the guy to go to. I can get you to that day on stage. They call me the shredder. They've been calling me the shredder for years because everybody I put up on stage, number one, they belong up there. Otherwise, if they're not ready, I don't put my name on it. But when they are up there, they're shredded. And they're in the best possible condition that they can get into. So look me up. If you also want some personal training advice, if you want some personal training programs, get a hold of me. All right? So now you all know the rate that you guys and gals can expect to put on muscle and how much. So when you're at the next barbecue and Johnny Jones over here is saying, yeah, I just put on 10 pounds of muscle in 1 month, you tell him that's bullshit. All right? Peace. Have a safe 4th, and I'll talk to you guys later.